No, no, yeah, yeah, we're live, lads. We're live. How's it gone, everybody? It's Petite here, lads. Happy April Fool's Day. Nah, I didn't forget this year. I didn't mix up the dates. Uh, I checked the calendar a few times to make sure it's April Fool's Day. You mightn't have known that, and that's probably because you're a bit of a fool, and you didn't get it. Like, anyway, lads, I'm not here to do the recording. Really, I'm just presenting. Traitor FM. Like, they asked me to come into the studio and to toss a coin because it's between Millennial Mons and History Unrevised Forever. So, History Unrevised Forever, he's here in the studio with me. How are you? How are you getting on? History Unrevised Forever.
I'm doing alright, so I am.
Alright, and I'm also joined. He's not in the studio. He's here on Zoom. He didn't want to. He didn't want to come in to the studio. Millennial Mons, how are you getting on, Millennial Mons?
Yeah, can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. No, I'm sorry I couldn't get there. I tried to leave my apartment and I had a panic attack, so that's why I'm on the Zoom.
Ah, right. Yeah, that's a pity. That's a pity. But anyway, you're here. You're here by Zoom anyway, so like it doesn't really matter. Right, lads, I'm going to throw a coin up in the air, and if it lands, this is the rules, lads. If it lands on heads, it's Millennial Mons who'll do the recording, and if it lands on tails, it'll be history unrevised forever. So here we go, lads. Best of luck to the both of yous, lads. Here we go. I'm going to flick it up in the air here. Alright, just bending down to pick it up. And it's heads. It's heads. So sorry about that, Millennial Mons. Oh, jeez, he's gone. He's gone. Jesus, he didn't even. As soon as he found out he wasn't on, he just left. Alright, it's history unrevised forever. So there you go. I'll hand you the mic now, and you can do your video.
Hello again there. A long time ago in Europe, the nasty and horrible Nazis were chasing across the continent, and they were murdering people left, right and centre. I talk about this because I think it's very important to remember how much the Jews suffered.
Sorry, lads, I made a mistake. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. History unrevised forever. Yeah, heads was what Millennium Mons had selected. Like, so it's going to be him, not you. I'm very sorry about that. Right, here you are. He's back onto the Zoom. I just put the microphone right beside the computer and let him talk away. So, all right, lads, that's my bit done. Now I have to go in now. I have to go in now to the secretary here at Traitor FM and get an envelope. There's supposed to be 50 quid in it for me having come in and tossed a coin. So that'll buy a few 10 spots. 50 quid. How many 10 spots would 50 get you? I'll have to get out my calculator and check that out. Anyway, lads. Anyway, Millennial Mons.
Alright, hello everyone, and very sorry about the mix-up there. SPATIQUED made a mistake. He had a very simple thing to do and he screwed it up. It was quite simple, but tossing a coin, but he managed to screw it up. Anyway, I'm here and I want to talk about a few things that I've been thinking about lately. Euthanasia has been in the news last week and it's quite a serious topic, and I think people are very divided on it. I, for one, promote it. I think it's very good that you've got a way out. You know, if you're consumed by the darkness, you've got a way out. Some people don't believe that. They believe it should only be for the chronically ill in terms of being physically ill, if you're, if you're in terrible pain, you're dying from a terminal illness and you want a way out. Maybe you're a quadriplegic and you want a way out. Things like that. They're saying that it should only be for those cases and not for people with bipolar, and various mental maladies. Well, there are other people who are saying that they've sussed it out, the euthanasia, and they believe that it's really organ harvesting, that this is what's going to happen because, it's capitalism at its heart, and, it's like everything else, they can make money out of it. So you're going to have young people who are worth more to society dead than alive, because their organs will be worth several million pounds. And I think for governments it would be a great thing to get rid of a lot of the young people, because if you've got a lot of young people who are dissatisfied with current events, the current economy, and they'll never get their foot on the property ladder, they'll never be able to settle down, they'll never be able to have a pension. These are people who could potentially become revolutionaries. They could rebel against the government. So it would be in the government's interests to convince these young people to, do the right thing, right in inverted quotes there, guys, and be put down by the state, and thereby enrich the government and private companies through organ donations. It's a win-win for the government and a win-win for greedy capitalist medical companies. I don't know. I just don't know. I think it's something that could happen, and it's a talking point now. And I suppose that's, dialogue is very important, and I suppose that's a good thing. But I'm just worried that, they might rescind euthanasia for people who are having a dark time, a difficult day. Because I would like to think that if I get up tomorrow and I go to the sack of pistachio nuts and a moth comes fluttering out, and through sheer panic, I'd like to think that I could phone up the government and say, I want out. I'm sick and tired of getting up and being scared to death by hairy moths with red eyes. I think there should be, euthanasia should be available for people like me, very sensitive souls, who have mothophobia. I think mothophobia should be part of the criteria, plural. It should be one of the criterion if you want to get euthanasia. Perhaps it would be enough to get you over the line and get you put down. Just say to the government that you've got an incredible fear of moths and spiders. Alright, people are saying that I'm going off on a tangent here and I'm not making much sense. Alright, mods, get rid of those people. Get rid of them. They're not helping. They're not helping. Alright, someone else is saying, do I still believe Iran will surrender? I don't know what you're talking about. I never said Iran would surrender. In fact, if you go back and listen to my other podcasts, you'll hear me saying that I predicted Iran would take over the Strait of Hormuz and that oil and gas prices would go through the roof, and that governments might use that in a new lockdown, an energy lockdown. Go back and listen. And by the way, mods, get rid of that guy. I don't like him bringing up me past. In this case, a past that doesn't exist, because I never said that. I never said that Iran would surrender. Alright, I don't know really much else. Any questions there in the live chats? Any super chats? No super chats. Oh, that's quite disappointing. Alright, I'll just see is there anything in the live chat here, any ordinary chats asking me anything. Alright, someone asks, am I homosexual? That's Richard there. In where are you from, Richard? Where are you from, Richard? He's from Ipswich, right? Richard, that's a very strange question and very random. I've been talking about euthanasia. I've been talking about the Iran war, and you're suddenly asking me if I'm homosexual. The answer to your question, Richard, is this. No, I'm not a homosexual. All right. Susan in Glasgow is asking, if someone was a homosexual in the past, does that mean that they're always a homosexual? Ergo, once a homosexual, always a homosexual. I don't know, Susan, because I'm not a homosexual. I could only presume that that's not correct. I presume, and I'm not speaking from experience, but I presume a homosexual can change his ways and, give up that sort of life and become a full-blooded heterosexual. I truly believe that, but I don't know because I'm not a homosexual and I never was a homosexual. All right. Anything else? Any other questions for you people? Any more questions? Because if you've got no more questions, I'm going to end this AMA. All right, someone's asking, do I think the Iran war is going to expand? Well, it could expand, and at the same time, it might not expand. It's very, very difficult to tell. All right, any other questions? Okay, John there is asking how I thought the Icelandic conference went. Okay, John. I think it went very well. I know that Freddie Midwit was very happy with me. He patted me on the back after the speech. He patted me very hard on the back, which was a bit strange because it felt like he was hitting me on the back and he was gritting his teeth. But I think he was happy with my speech, and I believe the people there, even though they were jumping up and down and breaking up chairs and throwing them onto the stage, I got the feeling that they appreciated what I was talking about, which, the core of it was on bestiality and the importance of bestiality, and how there's nothing implicitly wrong about bestiality. So, yes, John, I think it went well. I think the Icelandic conference went well, and hopefully they invite me back next year, because there's a lot more I'd like to talk about, and I felt that 4.5 hours on the stage just wasn't enough for me. I felt that I needed more time to convey me ideas and me thoughts. So that's about it. All right, George is there in the live chat. Hello, George. He's asking why I'm so obsessed with bestiality. I'm not obsessed with bestiality, George. Actually, mods, I want you to type in the live chat. I want you to type, George has a little willy, and then block him. That's what I want you to do. Yeah, block him. Yeah. Oh, that's great. He's blocked. All right. I'm not obsessed anyway with that topic. I just find it fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. All right. Okay. Mark is saying that it was very feminine of me to say that George had a little willy and then block him. That's what a woman would do. All right, I want him blocked as well, mods. Block him. Wait, before you block him, just type in that he's got a small willy. Yeah. Now block him. Right, he won't be able to respond to that. And everyone will be thinking now that those two guys have small willies, but they'll have no way to say that they don't, because I've blocked them, so they can't come back. They can't come back. All right, Sandra's asking how many people do a block a day. On YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, which app are you talking about here? Because it varies depending on the app. If I were to give you a rough figure across all platforms, probably about 1,572 people a day I block. Okay, Vernon's there. He's asking if my blocking so many people a day it would hinder me getting super chats. Is that why I'm not getting any super chats? Because I keep blocking lots of people. That's a very interesting question, Vernon, and that's something I have to give a bit of credence to. Yeah, Vernon, I think that's. Mods, I want you to block Vernon because he's making me look foolish here. Block him. No, first, before you block him, just say that he's got a little willy. Block him, now block him. Oh, that's great, he's gone. He can't respond. Oh, it's brilliant, priceless. Alright, no super chats have come in. I'll leave it there.